I was hired as a model to work for Miss Fallow.
And what were you going to be modeling?
I was going to be modeling activewear.
Okay.
And when I got to the set, I fully got dressed in a sports bra and biker shorts, and I went through hair and makeup completely. And after about 30 minutes, her assistant came over to me, and she told me that I was no longer needed for the day and I could go ahead and leave. They didn't tell me why, but I have type 1 diabetes, which is a chronic illness, and I have like needle marks from my insulin, which I need every day to survive. And so I was super shocked when they told me to leave.
Okay, so did you ever find out why they told you to leave?
Well, when I left, she was standing outside smoking a cigarette, and something came over me. I went up to her and I asked her, I said, well, I don't know why you're letting me go. It doesn't really make any sense. I fully went through hair and makeup. And she said, well, you know, I didn't realize you were a drug addict.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on one second. I'm going to give you the floor in a moment. Okay. And I didn't realize you were a drug addict. And what did you say to her?
I was shocked. I didn't even know what to say. I was like, I didn't know what she was talking about. And then I was like, oh my God. Like,
but didn't you know that she was talking about the track marks?
Well, after she pointed at my legs and my arms.
So did you tell her I'm a diabetic?
I didn't know what to say. It really like struck me because I have dealt with this since I was 6 years old. And I've always felt like I was different because of it.
Did you say to her, I'm a diabetic, not a drug addict?
No, okay. Not there, but
not
I emailed her afterwards.
And told her what?
I told her, I'm a type 1 diabetic. It is a chronic illness. I need to inject myself with insulin every day to survive, to maintain my blood sugar.
The markings are a result of medical devices and regular insulin injections that are essential for managing my diabetes. I am more than willing to provide any additional information or documentation from my healthcare provider. Did you happen to bring any of that to court today?
I do not have that, but I have a photo of the markings if you want to see it.
Yeah, let me see them.
Yeah.
All right, so let me talk to you, Ms. Fallow. Why did you dismiss her?
Because, okay, I have a contract, which I could also let you see if you wanted to, that says, it says the model must not have any markings or signs of drug use on their body.
And it's
hold on
not
one second. Wait a second. Now it's her turn. Did you think she was a drug addict?
I don't know what she does in her private time, but I mean, it looked like a drug addict to me from what I've seen.
She called me a drug addict.
Did you call her a drug addict?
Yes, she did when we were outside.
I don't recall saying you were a drug addict.
Okay, let's be honest. If either of these two girls looks like an addict, my bet would be on the one with the severe case of resting face. Regardless if this is true or not, there are people in this industry that are probably doing much, much worse.
It became an issue because you saw marks on her leg. Let's take a look at the picture. Is this a knee that I'm looking at?
It's my thigh.
Your thigh, okay.
Yeah.
It looked worse than that.
Was there anything about her behavior at that session beforehand, because she had already been exposed to the makeup artist and everybody else, where you thought she was on drugs at the moment or anything?
I have to tell you that, like, my brother, who died in 2015, was a drug addict, and he was.
I'm sorry, my dear.
Yeah. He was addicted to heroin, so I know what it looks like, and it was like viscerally in my stomach, I was like, this is a drug addict, so that's...
Listen, I am so sorry for your loss, but that doesn't mean that everyone with little marks on their legs or arms or any part of their body is an addict. That is a crazy correlation to make. This woman clearly has issues that she needs to deal with.
What if you're wrong and she's a diabetic? Then what? Do you owe her the money because you had a sensitive trigger for obvious reasons? After hiring her, she spends the time there. How are you not going to pay her the money you owe her? You want to dismiss her because you're jumping to the conclusion. That's fine. Go ahead. But you better have some evidence of it to back it up, because she's showing me evidence of very tiny markings. I know what they look like too. I get it. I understand. I'm ruling in favor of the plaintiff in this case in the amount of the $2,500. I understand that you didn't want her there, but you don't get to not want her there over something that isn't what you thought it was. And you have no evidence that it's that.
What about the contract?
What about the contract?
That just says no visible markings.
Right, but this is so barely visible.
That is incredibly freaking stupid. Hey, have you ever heard of Photoshop? I can remove markings with an app on my phone. Imagine what a professional editor could do. Honestly, if anyone looks like they're on something, it's this girl.
Verdict for the plaintiff, $2,500.
I 100% agree with this judgment. Who in their right mind would just jump to that conclusion? Assuming we'll make an arse out of you and me. And who's the arse? This girl. What do you guys think about the judgment? Do you think it was too much, too little, or just right? I would love to know your thoughts. Let me know. Love ya.